we're in the good fortune to have customers who like to buy when the price is down as well, kind of the true believer crowd in the Bitcoin space, but absolutely influx of new users and big spike in volumes really over the last 2 months when you saw that rise that you guys were just talking about from 25 to call it 35, 36. And now it seems like we might have some legs. Feels very related to the latest round of news coming out of SEC whisperers about an ETF in January, but yeah, this move seems to have some legs up above 38K, heading to 40.
Yeah, and we saw Bloomberg Intelligence expects that ETF approvals will start in mid-January. Is that your expectation, and kind of how does that change the game for Bitcoin?
Yeah, it is. It is probably my base case is that window that now seems to have been narrowed to January 8th, 9th, 10th, something in there. And that seems to make a lot of sense given all the signals that we've gotten out of the SEC and folks in the know. And I think it changes quite a bit for Bitcoin. And primarily the story that I'm looking at is for the past 6 years, from 2017 through 2023, the top of funnel for people looking to get into Bitcoin has been extremely noisy, polluted by all of the crypto marketing schemes funded by $50 billion of venture capital trying to essentially market and dump crypto tokens. And now you're replacing that with signal coming from the largest, most trusted financial institutions on the globe who are going to be talking about the real signal in the space, which is Bitcoin, very distinct from the rest of non-Bitcoin crypto. And that is now the top of funnel for Bitcoin. And it's a decent product. It's an IOU into an ETF, and it's kind of, it is paper Bitcoin, but it is backed. They have to buy the Bitcoin. It's not futures based. And I think that's a great top of funnel for people to get into Bitcoin. And then if they want to go a little deeper and explore it and hold more, what we've seen historically is that as people buy more and learn more, they take self-custody. And so they're going to graduate from that ETF product into holding real Bitcoin.
Cory, what do you know about who's buying, the demographics of actually crypto buyers, Bitcoin buyers in particular?
Yeah, so the buying public is, as you can imagine, very widespread. It's easier to make the pitch to Gen Z and millennials who aren't as encumbered by historical understandings and kind of received knowledge about the financial system. But then when you look at it from an actual dollars in, it obviously skews toward the boomers and the Gen X that actually have more money to be able to put in. So you see more customers coming from the youth of the country, but more dollars coming from those that are more established and have more money today.
How much more are volumes up? You said you've noticed some significant trends, but give us an idea. Can you give us some numbers? I'm just curious about.
Yeah, sure.
Because it gives us an idea.
Absolutely.
You're kind of one of the kind of feel like ultimate risk trades. So it gives us an idea of kind of what's in investors' mind. Because we just had, what was it, money market funds, was it yesterday, hit a record high. So I'm just curious and trying to make sense of kind of the investment environment overall. Not apples to apples.
First, I think I do have to address this idea of Bitcoin being a risk-on trade, because that's counter to how it's being marketed by the ETF guys. They're talking about it as a safe haven and risk off, and so that narrative is being changed. And again, it's all around. It's not an inflation hedge in the terms of CPI, but it's an inflation hedge in the terms of monetary inflation. It's a hedge against printing more money, the original definition of inflation. So I think that is a really interesting thing to note. As far as volumes, up about 100%, I would say, in the last couple of months. If you kind of just looked at September versus November, which we're closing right now, it was probably up about 2x November over September.
Is there